tonight's episode, The Ripoff.
Oh, and I got bad internet. So we're starting off with poor internet connection, it says. Alright, well, that's what we get. I get what I pay for. So we're going to go over here, and why are all these things even open? What is going on? We are going to close, well, I'll minimize this software and tidy things up a little bit. What we're doing is filming a bunch of videos. We're going to do that on my phone, and I don't really think, is there a way? I don't think there's a way to do this, and or is there? Let's try anything, right? So, or let's try it and see what happens. We're going to take this link and put it over here, and I'm going to have to, I guess, email myself would be the easiest thing to do. Write a quick email real quick here, like. With the link, and then once I open it, that'll create some feedback. That'll be fun. And then I guess the real trick is to see if I can do this while the camera's open. No. Can I do this while the camera's open? Nah. All right, I'm trying to get my phone to do two things at once, and it won't. So, assuming the audio is working, it's going to be super fun for everybody. What you can do is, I guess, follow along on the screen here. There you go. When we go live, here's what we do. We shove this over because it doesn't matter what we're doing. And then we used to vote at least, what is this? I'm not good at math. 75% of the screen is devoted to what you're saying out there because this is a live participatory situation. Now, if I look over here at the computer narcs, they tell me that nobody's watching this. So 0 people are watching. You can make a noise over here and prove the internet wrong. Or there is nobody watching this, in which case, that's what we're talking to you. All right, so then I am going to be recording some videos over here on the phone, which I can't connect to the chat. And I guess you can listen. I did this last month, and I think it worked. People are listening, and I don't think I was sharing the screen. Or, I mean, I don't think I was sharing the phone. I don't think there's a way to do that. All right, trying to keep these things under a minute. So it's going to be tough on the first. A lot of things happen on the first. All right, well, here we go. Look at that, I can do that. Okay, figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. All right, so here we go. Oh, I can't do any kind of music. You know what I can do? I can do stuff. Oh, I can do stuff. I can do this. This I don't need. Close this. What I can do is this, and I need to put this up in the air, I guess. This, and this. Open up this and this, and now I can add this to the end of stuff where I couldn't do that before.
So let us know what you think. We'll be watching the comments wherever you find the video over on gunstreamer.com, guntube.org. Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup.
Oh, I can't do this because that takes 9 minutes, 9 seconds, and this thing can only be, well, it depends on how long it is, I guess. All right, well, so now you got a little bit of behind the scenes going on there. We'll see if this works or not. All right, we're checking out guncalendars.com, which is a website, and occasionally we printed a calendar, I guess. So we're taking a look at Saturday, August 1st, which has already happened, but I'm not doing this good. So we're going to have to backtrack on one day. And then this time we'll try to include September 1st as we film these so it doesn't get lost. But we started filming these on the second day of the month. and we're using both the paper calendar and the electronic website version to film these short, under 1 minute updates to let people know on the YouTube and other platforms our gun history and what's coming up on our Second Amendment. So with that, we'll dig into August 1st, and we had Air Force's birthday, or Air Force Day, which is not their birthday. We had the patent filed on the Browning BAR. We have the Battle of Athens in Tennessee. We had Louisiana ends prohibitions on hunting with a suppressor back in 2014, and Alabama ended prohibition on open carry in 2013. So a bunch of stuff happened on the 1st, and again, we're going to go back and change our thing here, and we're going to include the 1st of September in this series, so we won't be a day behind like this one. But if you want to watch us live, we record these things live. Till next time.
So let us know what you think. We'll be watching the comments wherever you find the video, over on gunstreamer.com, guntube.org. Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourages you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com.
All right. So now I go over here and rename that so it doesn't get lost in a giant pile of stuff. This is fun. You get to listen to me click buttons on the phone. So this would be August 1. So that is. And now we'll do August 2nd, which is today. So yeah, actually a lot of cool stuff happened yesterday. We had the patent filed on the Browning BAR, a lot of people call it. I've been watching some interesting stuff from West Point that talks about how awesome BAR is. It's Air Force Day, so I guess they have a special day because they're so special. And then it's not their birthday. They were created on a different day, but this is their special day. Or yesterday was their special day. They felt warm inside. Then it was the Browning automatic rifle, which we already went over. It's from Browning, right? And then automatic rifle, meaning it's a machine gun. Shot 30-06, which means it was legit and it ended world wars. And then you had the Battle of Athens after the world wars were ended by the 1911 in the bar. People came home and were like, what's up with this? And we're not going to take it, and they didn't. And in 1946, the Battle of Athens was a bunch of individuals that challenged the people who were trying to steal the election, basically. They came in and bullied people, took the election boxes, and ended elections early, and then it became like a standoff with the people who were quote-unquote counting the elections and the people who were not going to take that anymore. And ended with a bunch of shooting. Nobody likes to talk about it. Then you get Louisiana decriminalizes hunting with a suppressor in 14, and Alabama decriminalizing open carry in 2013. So I don't think anything bad has happened in Alabama because of open carry. I imagine not that many people even come up on it. And then I don't know nothing about hunting with a suppressor in Louisiana, or as they say, Louisiana. All right, well, that was the first day, and now we will go to the second. So today is Wild Bill Hickok's dead. I didn't put that in the calendar. All right, so this will be just a 1 minute one, hopefully. Good morning. We're taking another look at guncalendars.com. This time we're taking a look at the calendar, the website, I should say, and not the calendar, because I didn't put the anniversaries of people's passing on the calendar. I figured that was a little bit too morbid, and there's limited space on the paper calendar. But on the website, we can elaborate on stuff like this. So today is the anniversary of the passing or the death of Wild Bill Hickok. He was shot in the back while he had a poker hand. Oh, I guess I should go grab that poker hand. Okay. Which was allegedly aces and eights, the black aces and black eights. However, I don't think anybody actually knows. That's just the only thing, or the first thing that was said about it. So that's what kind of stuff we like to look at on guncalendars.com. And we make these quick videos to remind everybody about our Second Amendment history. Thanks for watching. All right, why is that taking so long to go back? All right, now I got to go in here and rename that. So there is a poll going. Let's go look at the polls. Unlike some polls, our polls are legit. So far we have...
So there is a poll going. Let's go.
So we got 4 votes, and 3 of the votes are for the Thompson being the best thing all month, and then 1 vote for Camp Perry National Match being the first Camp Perry. So August 2, rename. All right. Go over here. Always switch it to live. For some reason, they switch it to top chat, and then you miss all the funny stuff. If you flip it to live chat, you get everything. All right, here we are. So it says that there's 5 people watching. We only got Andrew saying good morning. Said it in a very Beatles way, though. And then nobody else is saying anything. So I'm guessing 4 ATF agents, me, and Andrew. So we're not saying good morning to any ATF agents, so I'll just say good morning back at you. Andrew, the only valid or verified human who's in the chat. All right, next up is... You can see there's nothing on the 3rd, so we'll go to the 4th. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, and this time we only have 2 things on the paper calendar, but we have 4 things on the website. So let's go to the website, open it up, and of course today is the Coast Guard's birthday. They came around in 1790, so there's no way to do the math on it, but they are having a birthday today. It is also the anniversary of the passing of Dragunov, the guy who invented the Dragunov rifle, passed today in 1991. Daniel Wesson, Smith & Wesson, right? Daniel Wesson passed today in 1906. He was responsible for the volcanic and the Smith & Wesson revolvers and first metal cartridges. And then in 1997, Skynet was activated. So it was activated today. It took it a couple of days to figure out, to be aware. That's the kind of stuff we keep track of on guncalendars.com. Thanks for watching. That was almost not a minute, and I don't like doing these things twice, so that was pretty close. So that would be August 4. Rename. All right. Haven't received my ATF paycheck yet. Oh, well, see, you commented, and that means you're not ATF. So you won't be getting a check from them. Good news is, just quit your job and you'll get a government check. You just get a check from the people that do work. Let's see. So next up is the 5th. All right, so here we go. Good morning. We're taking another look at guncalendars.com and also one of our printed calendars. And there's a difference. We keep track of some things on the website, a lot of stuff on the website and in more depth. But on the paper calendar, I added the competitions as much as I could and shooting events. So today we have the 120th Grand American World Championships in Illinois, if they are still happening. They started yesterday on the 4th, and they'll run through the 14th. And I just wanted to mention that. We didn't mention it yesterday, but that is one of the differences between the paper calendar and our website. We don't really put the competitions on the website. However, there is a place under firearms events for shooting matches, and we do have the information there generally, but not necessarily specifically because it changes too quickly. But that's guncalendars.com. Thanks for watching. I think that was right at 1 minute, so I don't know if that'll work. You know what? I'm not going to redo it, though, so it's just going to have to exist as is, and it'll be an experiment, and we'll know that if it's at 1 minute and it doesn't work, then the 120th Grand American World Championship trap shooting event in Sparta, Illinois, we'll just have to not get a plug from our channel that day. Let's go find out if it's actually happening. I don't want to type all that out there. So what do I say? Grand American Trap Shoot. Visiting Illinois? No. Looks like it's still happening. So, there you go. Big giant trap shooting event. Everybody's shooting their traps off. So now we're going to the 6th. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, both on paper this month and on the website, and they both actually have today's information, which is that North Carolina ended its prohibitions on hunting with a suppressor today in 2015. Which just means that you could go out and shoot a rabbit with a suppressor or deer with a suppressor and not bother everybody or scare the critter unnecessarily. And hopefully it was a boom for the suppressor industry and a blow to the hearing aid industry, because suppressors are basically a safety device. And it's good to see that states change their laws on suppressors. So we're happy to mention those when those anniversaries occur. Too often the news loses track of a real two-way history. That's what our goal is on guncalendars.com. Thanks for watching. I guess I should put something in there about let us know. I used to say stuff like that. All right, so let me remember to do that and rename this to August 6th. And next is, so it comes after the 6th, the 7th. But you know what? We could do it whatever order we wanted to. Good morning. Welcome to guncalendars.com. Each morning we take a look at our firearms history. Today is the 7th of August, and that makes it Purple Heart Day. This day honors those folks who have been wounded or killed in military service and have been awarded the Purple Heart. It was created by George Washington, and the holiday was first observed in 2014. Thanks to those who have sacrificed in the line of duty for the country. This is the kind of stuff we try to keep track of on our calendar. If you know something that we're missing, please let us know. Until next time, thanks for watching. All right, that one good, and it was only 38 seconds. So I gotta change the name of that one. Seems like I have to change the name of every single one of these that I make. All right, what comes after the 7th? The 8th. But you know what I am doing? In whatever order I feel like. So guess what we're doing? We're going to the 30th. Boom. Let's see. Always remember, suppressors don't remove the need for hearing protection. Maybe you don't know this. All you got to do is put on a second suppressor. So whenever the first one isn't effective enough, put on a second one. You're welcome. All right, next up is, we're going to go to the 31st. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, both on our website and a printed copy of a calendar. And today is August 31st. We are in the midst of the 2021 Para Games in Tokyo, Japan, assuming they're still happening, and because we're filming this way earlier in the month. But today we have the anniversary of two things that are both on the calendar and on the printed version, but we'll go to the calendar since it's easier to watch. So we have the anniversary of the Sullivan Law, which was the first big anti-CCW law that went into effect in New York City. That was in 1911, and it was a result of the immigrants coming from Europe and the slaves, the newly freed slaves, coming north from the south. And New York's reaction, of course, was to have the jackboots decide who gets to carry a gun. Went on and ruined that one. So now we have to delete one Do it over. All right, okay, that's a lot of stuff to say in less than a minute, so it's gonna be a tough one. This is where it's difficult to make 1 minute videos. You don't even know. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our Second Amendment history. Today is August 31st. We have a couple of things to talk about. First, it is the birthday of Ken Hackathorn. If you're not familiar, Ken Hackathorn is past military and an instructor, a firearms instructor of some respect. So today, and he's also one of the people responsible for creating IDPA and other shooting sports. Lots of stuff in Jeff's article. Jeff, seeing Jeff. All right, let's go read his bio so I don't have to try to remember everything. IPSC and IDPA. Okay. Yeah, I watched that last one and it was hard to watch. I like the concept, but I don't want to be a dick. But I don't want to. Next up is. Good morning. Welcome to guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our daily Second Amendment history. Today is the mid Paralympic Games, if they're happening. We're filming this a little earlier in the month. So good luck to all of our athletes who are participating. It's August 31st. We have a couple of things to talk about. We're going to jump over to the computer here where they're a little easier to see. It's the birthday of Ken Hackathorn, who's a firearms instructor, but also served in the military and was a competitive shooter, helped create both IPSC and IDPA. Happy birthday to Ken. It's also the anniversary of the Sullivan Act, the first big CCW law as a result of a bunch of immigrants coming over from Europe and freed slaves coming north. New York City's reaction was to create CCW laws. Damn, it's hard to say in 1 minute. I'm not going to be able to do it. This is the challenge of trying to do a 1 minute video, and this is only two things. All right, try this again. Good morning and welcome to guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our daily Second Amendment history. Today is August 31st, and we have a couple of things to mention. First, it is mid-stream in the Paralympic Games happening in Tokyo. Assuming everything is going as planned, we're filming this a little earlier in the month. Good luck to all the athletes there. It's also the anniversary of the Sullivan Act, the first big CCW law from New York City back in 1911, a reaction to the wave of immigration coming from Europe and the freed slaves coming north. New York decided to put the first laws against concealed carry into place. It's also the birthday of Ken Hackathorn, a competitive shooter, military, and firearms instructor, helped create both IDPA and IPSC. This is the kind of stuff we attempt to archive on guncalendars.com. Thanks for watching. Ooh, got all that done. That's the kind of professional 1 minute video you get to watch. Behind the scenes take place. Ooh, that was the 31st. Let's name it right. 32nd. I'm all mixed up. All right. Is the 1 minute limit, or is it like a dime? No, that's to make it a YouTube short. I have to hold it like an idiot, hold the phone upside down like an idiot, and then make the video under a minute because of the attention span of the masses. And then you got to make your video trendy and whatnot. Doing a lot of this with my hands, like, and then I'm also scoot shooting, where you scoot around with your feet. Doing that a lot. I've made some interesting coffee concoctions to go along. You're not seeing all that because I'm having to put it on my phone. I cut the dog's hair so she looks like a poodle, and I'm about to have her nails done. So got to keep up with what the kids are interested in if you're going to force some 2A down their throat. Well, you don't want to force it down their throat. You want to lightly frappe it into a foam and then wipe it on top of their expensive ass coffee. All right, next up is, let's go back to the 8th before I forget where I was actually Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com this month, both the paper version and the website. We're going to go to the website because I think I have more information up there. So actually I don't, so I got to figure out what's going on. Oh, look at this. Dang it. All right, fine. Dang it. Ugh. Just found another mistake on the freaking thing over here. All right, so I guess I'm not going to the paper copy for this one. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our daily firearms history. Today is August 8th. We have a couple of things to talk about, and we're not going to talk about how there's an error on the paper copy of this today. So it is the first, it's the anniversary of Smith & Wesson patenting the first metallic cartridge in 1854. Of course, it was the 22 short. They crammed a BB and created the first metallic cartridge. They took the patent for the bored through cylinder, put it into their revolver, and made the first cartridge firing revolver. And of course, 22 short, the best caliber ever. So that cartridge was patented today in 1854. It's also the anniversary of the day that the warehouse fire burned down most of the remnants of the Bannerman Castle in 1969. There are people that say that was an intentional fire by the state of New York. Dang it, that would make that less sentiment. So I gotta somehow talk less about the best cartridge ever being invented and the state of New York trying to burn down history. It's tough. Well, look at this. Make it into two, huh? Am I trying to be one of these fancy channels with their multiple shorts? I guess I could do that. Thanks. I didn't think about that. I will have to do that on some of these days that have way more stuff going on. All right, here we go. Good morning. What the hell is that? Can't remember what the hell I'm doing because I made a whole video. A lot of channels won't show you their behind the scenes because they don't even do it. Like they pay somebody on Fiverr to do it, and then all they do is like repost it and make a bunch of money. Or they're embarrassed that they're like, they suck so bad that it's all like fake, that they have to edit it all or whatever. I just delete a couple of things. I don't have to edit nothing except for the stuff that's edited. Good morning and welcome to guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our daily firearms history. Today is August 8th, and we have a couple of things to talk about, and I've not successfully done this in under a minute yet. We have the anniversary of the first metal cartridge. Smith & Wesson invented the first metal cartridge by shoving a BB into a primer, and they patented that contraption in 1854, which allowed them to then take the patent for the bored through cylinder, put it into their revolver, and have the first cartridge firing revolver. So, and that was after creating the volcanic, which they abandoned and gave to Winchester. Anyway, next we have the Bannerman Castle warehouse burned down in 1969. A lot of people would suggest that that was done intentionally by the state of New York in order to remove the Bannerman Castle from our history. It's kind of stuff we don't forget on guncalendars.com. Join us each morning for more. Thanks for watching. That was a good one. The way that I got a bunch of Second Amendment, like I wrote Second Amendment, the whole entire 26 words of the Second Amendment in the foam of this cappuccino, pretty nice. Rename, and that would be August 8th. Yeah. Now we can go on to August 9th. Nope, we're going to go to August 29th because I'm not playing around crazy count noise. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, both the printed version and the website. Today is August 29th. And we got more stuff happening on the paper version, so that's where we'll go first. First, it should be, we're filming this earlier in the month, but if everything goes according to plan, it is the beginning of the Paralympic Games in Tokyo, Japan. So good luck to we want to wish good luck to all of our Paralympic shooters that'll be running through September 5th. It's also the Marine Corps Reserve, not the Marine Corps, but the Marine Corps Reserve's birthday. They have a reserve and they're old or whatever, and they started in 1916. Well, they're little babies. So the Marine Force Reserve birthday. It's also the day Skynet becomes self-aware. Earlier in the month, Skynet was turned on, but today in 1997, it figured it all out, and we're doomed. So that happened. That's the kind of stuff we keep track of on guncalendars.com. Dang, is that a work or not? That's 1 minute. But I'm not doing it again, so I did it once. So this is August. Oh, no. Rename. August 29th. All right, now we're going to go on to the regular 9th. What y'all thought we were going to do before, now we're doing it now. Good morning and welcome to guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our daily firearms history. Today is August 9th, and we have a couple of things to talk about today. On paper calendar, I guess we would be mentioning that we're in the midst of the 120th Grand American World Trap Shooting Championships. It started on the 4th, they'll run through the 14th. We don't keep track of that stuff on the website, so we have the actual pieces here. It is the anniversary of the birth of James Paris Lee, who invented the magazine in the Lee Enfield, so Europe. And then we have Melvin M. Johnson, who of course made the Johnson rifle, and he was born today in 1909. So the anniversary of the birth of two firearms inventors, one of them over there and one here in the U.S., and then it's also the midst of the trap shooting competition. Dang, that sucks. Those are bad shorts. I don't think anybody watches them anyway, though. I just do these to spite Nancy Pelosi, who said I shouldn't do them. August 9th. All right, next up. Let's just do the 10th. Let's just do it. It's Red Dawn Day. We're doing it. You're here to witness it. It's going to be tough to do Red Dawn Day in 1 minute. There's a lot of stuff happened this today. It's also U.S. Department of Defense's birthday. Good morning. Welcome back to guncalendars.com, both electronic and paper version this month. Today is August 10th. Interesting day, and we'll do the boring stuff first. It is the Department of Defense birthday. They were invented in 1789, and they're still here. It was also the anniversary of the birth of Harlan Carter, who was one of the people responsible for the 1977 revolt at the NRA, where the bunch of the members of the NRA took back the membership, took back the organization, and stopped them from becoming a hunting organization, moving to New Mexico, and instead created the ILA and became a political force. It's also the day Red Dawn was released in 1984, best movie ever. So here's an opportunity. If you haven't seen Red Dawn, you can go watch Red Dawn today, and it'll have more significance than regular days. This kind of stuff we keep track of at guncalendars.com. Well, that worked, and I don't have to do it again. So that was August 10th. So this is a pretty good month. It's the month that Skynet becomes self-aware, and the day that, or the month that Red Dawn came out. And you might think, what? How can that even be? Like, how can Skynet have taken over everything? And we're still here. Well, because of Red Dawn, duh, because we're better than robots. Let's see. So you could make a whole Red Dawn where it's robots instead of communist Cubans. And what would happen? That would be Terminator. So it's basically the same movie. We're going to do the riots? I guess we're going to do the riots. So why don't we do something less rioty first? All right, we'll go over here. And good morning. Welcome back to guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our daily firearms history. It's been a website for a long time. We do publish a couple of calendars each year. So I'm going to go to the calendar first because I think it looks cooler. Today is the anniversary in 1916 of the Thompson submachine gun being patented. So, no, that's wrong. I guess I could read the calendar instead of just saying stuff that I assumed it was. No, You should, whenever you get this idea, then what you should do is rub like the rind from an orange or a lemon on your teeth. And then that'll get that bitter flavor in there. And then that'll be an adversary tactic so you don't come up with that crazy idea. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com. Today is, I don't remember what day I was doing, like October 4th. No, not October 4th. So we'll delete that one. Good morning. Welcome back to guncalendars.com, both electronic and paper this year. Today is August 25th. We're going to go to the paper version because I think the artwork looks a little bit cooler. But today is the day that the Auto Ordnance, the company that built the Thompson submachine gun, they were founded in 1916. It's not really big gun history, but we don't have a lot of stuff in the end of August here, so I figured I'd include it. You notice it's the kind of thing we try to include on both the electronic version and the paper version because there's not a lot of space on the paper version. A lot of stuff gets cut. But this is the kind of stuff that's interesting and lets us have kind of an interesting looking day there. So if you know something that's missing in the calendar, please let us know. Our goal is to include our entire Second Amendment history.
So let us know what you think. We'll be watching the comments wherever you find the video over on gunstreamer.com, guntube.org. Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
Leave the guys and gals up.
Almost had enough time to get some of that in there because that didn't take very long. So that was August 25. All right, now we're going to go to a riot. Not the good kind of riot, not a laugh riot, the bad kind of riot. Come on, you going to open or what? They screwed with my calendar stuff here, and it ain't the way I like it. Let's just put it that way. It ain't the way I like it. All right. Got to remember which riot is which anymore. This was the 65 riots. Good morning. We're taking another look at guncalendars.com, both on paper and on the web. The website, guncalendars.com, is where we have more information, especially on topics like this one. Today is the anniversary, unfortunately, of the Watts riots in 1965, which happened between the 11th and the 16th, resulting in 34 deaths, 1,000 plus injuries, and 3,500 arrests. 40-something million in property damage. And then, of course, the wake or the ripple effect from that was gun control laws. That's the exploitation move that the left uses quite often. Our goal here to archive this kind of history is so that we can see the consequences or the effects, the exploitation of these events with our rights. So let us know what you think. Leave some comments. And until next time, thanks for watching. So let me go over here and rename that to still there. All right, so now we go to the 12. Oh, what? I didn't put that on here. You must have died. Yep. All right. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com and our paper calendar this month. However, because there's only limited space on the paper calendar, I decided not to put any of the anniversaries of people passing on the paper calendar. So this is the kind of stuff that will be in the videos and on the website only. So today we are, I guess, remembering the anniversary of the passing of Remington. Cool dude, of course, started the Remington Firearm Company. In my research for the Firearms Inventors deck, found out that when he was a kid, he asked his dad for a rifle. His dad said, yeah, well, I'm not giving you any money, so you can go make one. And he did. And he ended up building a barrel off of material metal he found around his ranch or his estate or his land, and then built a barrel, won the match or something, or came in close enough that people were impressed by his workmanship. And that started a company, the oldest firearms company in our country. That's the kind of stuff we like to keep on guncalendars.com. Thanks for watching. That's kind of a butchered history, but nobody watches these videos. So that was August Where'd it go? What day was that? That was August 12th. So you'll get to listen to all this being recorded because you're better than other people. And then you'll see these things come up later in the month and you'll be able to grab somebody over and be like, I saw this get recorded earlier in the month. And they'll be like, wow, I'm just now seeing it for the first time. And you'll know that you're better than them. All right, next up. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our daily Second Amendment history. This month we're doing it both on paper and on the electronics. So if we go to the internet and click on the date, we'll see that today is the anniversary of Annie Oakley being born. She's one of my favorites. The 11th movie ever made by the guy that invented movies was Annie Oakley shooting. So she was not only the first, what would you say, the first like celebrity in the United States, but she's the 11th person. Well, I don't know how many people were on video. I know the first video was a horse. So one of the first few people to be on a movie, and she was shooting a gun. She's awesome. She was also a good shooter. She was with Wild Bill Hickok. One of the reasons I'm going to go back to the calendar here, the paper version, is because we also are in the midst of the 120th Grand American World Trap Shooting Championships. I don't want to disregard the fun stuff that must be happening in Illinois. Yeah, it was a bad one, but guess what? I'm not doing it over. Annie Oakley's pretty awesome. So next is August. A lot of sacrifices. Like I don't get to talk more about Annie Oakley being so awesome in this one because it's only a minute. This one is tougher. So this one I got more stuff to say. So let's go like this. Good morning. We're taking another look at guncalendars.com, both on the electronics and on the paper. Or thing is, I screwed up on the paper one, so let's go back to the electronic one today. Today is August 14th, and we have a couple of things to talk about. First off, it is the continuing anniversary of the Watts riots. It's also the ongoing 120th Grand American World Trap Shooting Championships. But it's also the Victory over Japan Day, so VJ Day, where the war when World War II officially ended in Japan. There we go. It's also Navajo Code Talkers Day. There's two different Code Talkers days, right? We have World War I and World War II. More than one nation was involved in code talking, and today is Navajo Code Talkers Day. Awesome story there. I only get a minute to say stuff, but go to check it out. Yuck. That was bad. I'm going to redo that. All right, so here we go again. Go back over here, click on this. All right. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, both on paper this month and the electric version. So on paper, let's talk about Navajo Code Talkers Day. We'll talk about that more in a second. It's also the last day of the 120th Grand American World Trap Shooting Championship in Illinois. Assuming that's happening, we are filming this earlier in the month. Cool to see a big trap shooting event taking place and ending today. It's also the anniversary of, the Watts riots are ongoing, but it's also the anniversary of VJ Day, the victory over Japan, the end of World War II, was today in 1945. Going back to Navajo Code Talkers Day, there's World War I and there's World War II. In World War II, the Navajos were one of the nations that helped with communications to beat the Japanese, right? So today is the day we remember and honor those Navajo Code Talkers. Most of them are Marines, by the way. Thanks for watching. I think they were all Marines, but we're going to leave an opening because the Army probably had Indians in it too. Let's see. Now we go to there and rename that to August 14th. There's no way to do this many things in 1 minute. We're going to see if we can do it. I'm going to do it raw. I'm not even going to see what those things are. I'm just going to go off of my reflexes. Good morning. We're taking another look at guncalendars.com. Today's a big day. It is August 15th. We have quite a few things to mention. It is the anniversary of the Thompson submachine gun being patented back in 1922. It's the anniversary of the day that the ammunition bunker or the ammunition powder house exploded in 1920, taking out a pretty big portion of the north end of the Bannerman Castle. It's also the Army Navy Military Expo. What? I don't know if I got that wrong or not, but I guess not. It says it's August 15th through the 17th. That's basically like a tiny SHOT Show for surplus stores. It's pretty cool. We've attended it a couple of times in Vegas. I don't know why it's happening in August, probably because SHOT Show decided not to do their thing this year. It's also the anniversary in 2016 when Smeggy and I got in the van, drove around with the Doberman, and checked out every single one of the Ring of Fire factories in LA. Damn it, that went over a minute. I got to do a whole minute video over again. A lot of people won't even do like a 10 or 15 minute video over again. I don't even like doing a 1 minute video. All right, now I know what is all on this day, and I can first verify if this is actually happening. This threw me for a loop. It normally happens in January. Yep, look at that. It's happening in August. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Is it happening in... returns to Vegas. Duh. Okay, good. I guess that tells me. All right, cool. I was going to say, is it happening in Detroit? Nobody's going to go to Detroit for that. You think it takes over an hour to record a whole bunch of 1 minute videos? It does, even when you're super professional like this. You bring yourself enough water to drink. I think what's going to happen is y'all are going to watch a commercial and I'm going to go get something else to drink. Yep, that's what's happening. There you go. But it's a good commercial for an awesome bunch of ladies.
The DC Project, 50 women descending on our nation's capital to put a face on the Second Amendment.
For me, the Second Amendment is about family heritage.
To defend against hate crimes.
My right to protect my family.
Gives me the right to decide when I need protection.
Because you should never be denied a chance to protect yourself and your loved ones.
My firearm levels the playing field against someone trying to hurt me.
It means survival.
My responsibility.
I am my own first responder.
Because some believe no means yes.
It's a peace of mind.
Provide food for my family.
Recreation and sport.
Confidence that I can take care of myself.
My right to life.
It's my liberty.
I refuse to be a victim.
The protection of my children.
Confidence in our nation's present and future.
Legacy.
Legacy.
And legacy.
My birthright as an American.
And mine too.
Imagine if a bunch of chicks just decided on their own time with their own money to go change the face of gun ownership. It would be impressive, right? You'd think, I'd like to support that. Well, you can't by going to their website. I'll put it in right here. You can go to the internet and type in DC Project also. So if you got fingers or nose and a glass screen, you can do that. And then when it opens up, you go, here's the easy part, the website, right? For in case you can't click or type or whatever. And then you go to Act Now and Donate. Just type in, as much money as you feel like putting in there. Then you click that button, and I think it just takes it right out of your wallet. I don't know. I can't afford to pay them money. But you can go over there, give them a couple of bucks, and be their Bloomberg, right? Let those ladies get to Florida in October, where they're going to be doing some up training, some skill building, and getting together. How beneficial can it be for these kind of people, these ladies, to get together and meet and recharge their own batteries, right? Their mental and brain batteries. So how cool would it be to be part of that? I don't know, it costs you $5, $10, $200. Money's different stuff to everybody. So be their Bloomberg. A bunch of little donations will make it to where they don't think about funding. And then if you got a gun shop on board, that's a whole nother thing. It'd be cool if a manufacturer each took their state delegates on and helped them. Imagine what we'd have going. Let's see. So I think we were trying to do the 15th, which is going to be incredibly difficult. And I've taken so much time to do it that my camera turned off. What's up with that? Good morning. We're taking another look at guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our daily firearms history. Today is August 15th, and there is a lot of stuff on the calendar. I'll try to get through it all. It is the anniversary of the Thompson submachine gun being patented. That was in 1922. It's also the anniversary of the Bannerman Castle, the powder house or the warehouse on the north side of the island where all the black powder and a lot of the ammunition blew up middle of the day today in 1920. And no one, I don't think anybody was hurt, but it was it was what permanent damage to the building. This is also the first day of the Army Navy Expo, which is ANMI, a trade show for surplus stores. Pretty cool. It's also the anniversary. Oh man, I'm close to doing that in 2 minutes. I don't like the idea of having to do two now that I think about it more, so I'm going to try to cram all that into a minute. I'm going to try talking way faster and saying less stuff. And that combination of things should end up in more time being crammed into 1 minute. Good morning. It is August 15th. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our Second Amendment history. There's a lot of stuff to talk about today. The ongoing Watts riots were still happening in 1965. Today is the anniversary of the Thompson submachine gun being patented in 1922. It's also the anniversary of the explosion at Bannerman's Castle in 1920. The powder warehouse blew up on the north end of the island, creating permanent damage to the castle. It's also the first day of the Army Navy Military Expo, the ANMI show, a trade show for surplus stores, like a little tiny SHOT Show, except for surplus stores instead of gun shops, happening in August in Vegas after a hiatus after last year. It's also the anniversary in 2016 when Smeggy and I drove around and checked out all the Ring of Fire Museum or buildings. Dang, I got so close. And then I was like, oh, I got this. I can just say whatever I want at the end. And that's when I decided to just start saying words that didn't make any sense. This is where it comes down. I'm like an Olympic video maker. It's just like the Olympics, all right? Except it's actually more difficult for me, and the consequences are more, and I have to do more. It takes me more effort, right? I have to be tougher, smarter, stronger than them. But otherwise, I'm a lot like one of them. Good morning. It is August 15th. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, both on paper and the electronics this month. And we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. The ongoing Watts riots were still happening in 1965. Today's the day that the powder warehouse blew up the north end of the Bannerman Castle in 1920. Today's the first day of the Army Navy Military Expo happening in Vegas after a hiatus from last year. This is like a trade show. It's like a small SHOT Show for surplus stores instead of gun shops. It's also the anniversary of the day that the Thompson submachine gun was patented back in 1922, and the anniversary of the weekend, I guess, that Smeggy and I drove around LA checking out all the different Ring of Fire manufacturer factories back in 2016. So this is the kind of stuff we try to keep track of on guncalendars.com. Thanks for watching. Oh, I think that went right to a minute, so I think it'll work. I think I'm done. We did it. We got past stupid 15th of August. Taking forever. I feel like I should be able to do these all in one take. I feel like I shouldn't have to do 2 takes of any of these. Oh my goodness, this one's also very long. Okay, it's not that long. All right, next is click that button. And good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our daily firearms history. Today is August 16th. We have a couple of things to talk about. Only one of them is on the paper version of the calendar, and that is it's National Airborne Day. Everybody who's airborne decided they needed a day for themselves. So today in 2001, they created Airborne Day, and everybody jumps out of perfectly good airplanes, gets drunk. It's also the anniversary of Elvis Presley dying back in 1977, and when we did these posts on Instagram, we show off all of Elvis's, well, a bunch of Elvis's guns. It's also the ongoing anniversary of the anniversary of the Watts riots. Those went on for quite a few days back in 1965. All right, that's kind of stuff we try to keep on the guncalendars.com. If we're missing anything, let us know. Until next time, thanks for watching. That was pretty quick. Ring of fire is what the geologists call the geology, I guess, of the tectonic plates are on the Pacific Island. So they're called the Ring of Fire. And then some stupid-ass doctor thought he was so witty as to call the firearms factories that are around the perimeter of Los Angeles and the manufacturing areas of Los Angeles, like all the other avionics or aviation parts, everything else that's made in Los Angeles, decided to try to marginalize, try to associate with volcanoes. I guess that's bad. He coined the phrase. His name is Dr. Winnemute, and he's one of the people that orchestrated the attempt to eliminate handguns in California by legislating them as unsafe, and then when that didn't work, suing the manufacturers directly. So financially attempting to remove the Second Amendment. That's what Ring of Fire is all about. Let's see, now we go to the 19th. Good morning, it is August 19th. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, both on the paper version and the electrics this month. And today is the anniversary of the first national match in Camp Perry. So Camp Perry, Ohio was the third of the NRA sort of home bases for the big national shooting matches. The United States wasn't the first to the scene with national or international shooting competitions, but obviously we did some pretty well with creating places to shoot. We started out in New York, went to New Jersey, and then eventually moved to Camp Perry, both for size and to get more room and to be away from population. So the first matches were held in 1907, and they're still Camp Perry today. Just can't get in it because of the stuff. So that's kind of stuff we try to keep track of on guncalendars.com. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it's sort of like a cram, shitty history at the same time. Here's the thing. People can watch these videos and go, it's wrong. I'm going to do one that's better. And then it's, sucker, I made you do a better one. So now we'll go down and put it on 19. Oh, look, because we went back and did some of the other ones first, the end ones first, guess what? We're going to end up meeting ourselves at the middle. That's what we're going to do next. We're just going to do the 23rd, just like if it was good to go. Good morning. We're taking a look. Oh, I guess I have to push the button and everything. So I'm professional. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our daily firearms history. Today is August 23rd, and it's the birthday of David Grossman. He was born in 1956. Colonel David Grossman is the, I guess I should say Lieutenant Colonel. Lieutenant Colonel. People get all pissed if you say the wrong rank because they like their ranks or whatever. I don't care. You can call me a general for all I care. I wouldn't care. Let's see. Good morning. It is August 23rd. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our daily firearms history. And today is the birthday of Dave Grossman. Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman is mostly known for his study of the psychology of killing and his book on killing, the psychological costs of learning to kill in war and society. It's interesting and has a lot of insight. He's also a big advocate of the video games being a detriment to society. So he's controversial. It's the kind of stuff we like to keep track of on guncalendars.com. If you are aware of somebody's birthday that we're missing or some other piece of Second Amendment or gun-related history that we could include on our electric or paper versions of the calendar, please let us know. As always, thanks for watching. Well, that one worked out pretty good, I think. There's Crump out there. That guy goes live all the time. Probably Trump and Crump, right? Working Crump right now. If he's gone live. Let's see. We got Jay Stewart out there saying Camp Perry is a huge event. I believe I agree with you. Did I rename this one? Let me rename it real quick to 23rd August 23rd. All right. Now we'll go back to doing it first. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, both on the electrics and on the paper this year or this month. So we have a couple of things going on today. Unfortunately, one of them has been canceled. So today is August 20th, and the first good news is that the Civil War is officially declared over in 1866. They issued a proclamation, and it was over. So it's also supposed to be the inaugural convention for the African American Firearms. I don't think of the damn name of that place without seeing it, and I don't have it written anywhere. And when was the Appomattox thing? I guess this wasn't. I was about to say Appomattox, and then I'm like, oh, it's not Appomattox. All right. Well, I guess it was a year after. I don't have to know history. I just have to have a website about it. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, both on paper and the electrics. This month we're going to take a look at, or this week, today we're going to take a look at the electric version. Let's see, it is August 20th, and we have a couple of things to talk about. First is that today in 1866, the Civil War was declared to be over officially, although it had actually been over for quite a while before that declaration was signed. It is also, or it was also, supposed to be the inaugural convention of the National African American Gun Owners Association, which is getting a lot of recognition. They started in 2015, and with the issues with the NRA, the NAAGA, NAGA has been getting a lot of attention in the news. So it's frustrating. Their inaugural convention was supposed to be in 2020, and then they canceled it and removed it till to this year. Unfortunately, they recently canceled this one as well. So it won't be till after. How'd that go over a minute? I guess we just start blabbing and you forget that you have a 1 minute time constraint. It can go over a minute. This is a true professional. What if I don't know any of them? Any of who? What are you talking about? Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, where we attempt to archive our daily firearms history. Today is August 20th. We have a couple of things to take a look at. First, today in 1866, it was declared that the Civil War was officially over, although it had been over for quite a while by the time that was signed. It was also supposed to be the inaugural convention of the National African American Gun Owners Association. However, it was canceled again. So it was supposed to be, their inaugural convention was supposed to be last year, and then it was postponed till this year, and then it would have been the inaugural convention, and then they postponed it yet again. So that's unfortunate, but we're looking forward to that. They're getting a lot of press as the NRA has been getting so much negative press. All right, well, that's the kind of stuff we attempt to archive on our website and on the paper versions. If you know something that we're missing, please let us know. That's close enough for government work. We're going to call that one a good one. Again, if it inspires somebody else to do a better one, then we've accomplished something. All right, so we had that bad news. Well, I guess we got both bad news and good news on this one. Oh, I missed it on the paper one too, so that's interesting. How did I miss it on the paper one? Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, both our paper version and the electric version today. And today is August 21st. We have a couple of things to talk about. I'll just open up the whole day here. First, we'll talk about the history. It was the anniversary of Ruby Ridge, a 10-day standoff with the FBI and a family in Idaho. So we'll leave you read the history of that one. It is also supposed to be the inaugural convention of the National African American Gun Owners Association. However, it was canceled this year again, so we're looking forward to it in next year. However, we do have some good news. It should be, we're filming this earlier in the month, so if everything goes according to plan, this will be the 10th annual Legally Armed in Detroit Free Woman Shooting Event, which will be a 2-day event this year. Their goal is to train over 1,000 women to safely operate semi-auto handguns in a day. So what they do is bring women in who are interested in it. Oh, man. What am I doing? Forgot that there's a minute thing. Why don't you tell me there's a minute thing? I'm sitting here blabbing and blabbing and blabbing. Stupid Ruby Ridge, wasting a bunch of time in that video. I blame Ruby Ridge for that, and that means I blame the ATF. Good morning. We're taking a look at guncalendars.com, both on the paper version and the electrics today. It is August 21st. We have a couple of things to talk about. First, it should have been the ongoing inaugural convention of the National African American Gun Owners Association. Unfortunately, they canceled their event for the second year now, so we're looking forward to their inaugural convention being next year. But it is if everything goes according to plan, we're filming this earlier in the month, it should be the 10th annual Legally Armed in Detroit Free Women's Shooting Event, which is Rick Ector's attempt to create an orientation and a familiarization class in just one day for any females that are interested. And this year their goal is to train over 1,000 women in 2 days. It's also the anniversary of Ruby Ridge back in 1992. Go do some research and find out what the FBI did to that family. This is the kind of stuff we attempt to archive on our daily firearms history. Ooh, that one worked. I think that worked. No. So that'll go to be renamed as August 22nd. No, August 21st. All right, there is nothing on the 22nd. It's a BS fake day that just has other things on it. We already did the 20, we just finished. Boom, it's over. You just witnessed the entire month of August. Oh, it took me so long. It took an hour. All right, well, there you go. So now I got a month's worth of these little videos, and I horked this hour-long extra video out of it. But I didn't make any super chats, so there's no money in it. So I can't recommend doing this for a living. You don't make any money at it. People get mad at you because you talk about shit they don't think is cool. But hopefully it inspires people to get off their ass and do shit, because nothing happens automatically. It all starts with just regular people getting sick of it and doing stuff like this dude. Yeah, exactly. F you, August. You think you're so damn good. July is easy. July is nice to me because there's like 6 things that happen in July. But look at August. I don't care about me or my feelings. Look at September. Oh, good. I haven't done September yet. If September looked like this, I wouldn't be bitching. But September will be pretty horrible by the time I get it updated. With that, we try to archive things on our calendar. It's got a new format. Don't hate me because I didn't create it. I just have to use a free format, and this is free, and it works. But if you see something we're missing, let us know. If you see something in here that pisses you off, then go get off your ass and work for something better. That's how this country works. That's how the world is. All right, thanks for showing up. We'll be back to pick you up later.